In 1994, an 18-year-old American kid got arrested for spray painting some cars. Normal punishment, a fine, maybe community service. His actual punishment, getting hit with a cane. 4 times, by the government. It caused an actual international incident between 2 countries. That's just today's warm-up story. We've also got a guy who went to court for swearing on a canoe, a 91-year-old grandma who got arrested for using a fork, and a teenager who's currently a convicted felon because of a plant. Welcome to Loosely Historical, where the laws are real, the arrests are real, and my judgment about which one is worst is not. Let's get into it. Let's start with the caning, because I promised it, and I'm a person of my word approximately 60% of the time. 1994, Singapore. An American teenager named Michael Fay, living there with his family, gets caught spray painting and keying about 18 cars over a few weeks with some friends. Mailboxes too, because apparently mailboxes had also personally wronged him. In most countries, this is stupid teenager does stupid teenager things territory. Singapore is not most countries. Singapore has a vandalism law from 1966 that comes with a punishment you don't see much anymore. Caning. An actual cane. Hitting an actual person. As an actual sentence, handed down by an actual judge. Fay was sentenced to 4 strokes of the cane, 4 months in prison, and a fine. And here's where it stops being a local court case and becomes an international incident. The U.S. government got involved. Newspapers got involved. President Bill Clinton personally asked Singapore to reconsider. Singapore's response was basically, "We hear you, 4 strokes instead of 6, which is Singapore's version of a compromise. The caning happened. Fay recovered, went home, and became, for about 3 weeks in 1994, the most famous teenager in America, for vandalism. The law that did this to him? Still on the books, Singapore still canes people for vandalism, drug offenses, and a list of other crimes today. So if you're ever in Singapore with a spray can and a grudge against a Honda Civic, don't. Next, Michigan, 1897. State lawmakers pass a law making it a crime to curse in front of women and children. Genuinely on the books. Genuinely enforceable. Genuinely forgotten by basically everyone. For about 100 years. Fast forward to 1998. A guy named Timothy Boomer is canoeing down the Rifle River with some friends. His canoe flips. He falls in the water. And in that very human moment, he does what most of us would do. He starts swearing. A lot. Creatively, by most accounts. Unfortunately for him, a mother and her 2 kids were canoeing nearby and heard every word. She reports it. An officer actually tickets him under the 1897 law. And here's the part that should not have happened, but did. It went to an actual jury trial, and the jury actually convicted him. Boomer was looking at up to 90 days in jail for this. He ended up with a $75 fine and 4 days of community service, which, considering the charge was basically swore near a boat, is either lenient or completely unhinged, depending on your mood. He didn't just pay it and move on, though. With help from the ACLU, he appealed, arguing the law violated his First Amendment rights. In 2002, the Michigan Court of Appeals agreed and struck the law down as unconstitutional. So somewhere out there, a 19th century lawmaker is very disappointed in all of us. Story 3 is less the justice system failed, and more, a small town in Georgia really committed to a bit. Gainesville, Georgia calls itself the poultry capital of the world, and in 1961, to promote that title, the town passed an ordinance making it illegal to eat fried chicken with a fork inside city limits. You eat it with your hands, like nature and the poultry capital of the world intended. This was mostly a publicity stunt law until 2009, when a 91-year-old tourist named Ginny Dietrich was caught eating fried chicken with a fork in a Gainesville restaurant. Local officials, fully committed to the bit, staged a ceremonial arrest. Her sentence: sit at the table until she finished the chicken with her bare hands. She was then crowned the town's honorary poultry princess. Best possible outcome for breaking a law, honestly. More arrests should end in a princess crown. Last one, and this one's a felony. In Arizona, the saguaro cactus, the big iconic one with the arms, basically the state's unofficial mascot, is protected by law. It can take 75 years just to grow its first arm and can live over 150 years. So Arizona treats messing with one seriously. Damaging or removing a protected saguaro can get you hit with a felony charge. This isn't theoretical. A Scottsdale teenager was actually arrested and charged after cutting an arm off a saguaro cactus. Not fined, charged, in the same general felony class as some genuinely serious crimes. And if you want to know why Arizona takes this so seriously, here's the historical aside nobody asked for, but everyone deserves. Back in 1982, a man named David Grunman decided to shoot a saguaro cactus with a shotgun repeatedly for fun. The cactus's arm, weighing hundreds of pounds, broke off and fell directly on top of him, killing him instantly. So, respect the cactus. It has both the law and, apparently, physics on its side. So that's 4 completely real laws that got completely real people in completely real trouble. 1 international incident. 1 unconstitutional swearing ban. 1 princess coronation. And 1 cactus with a body count. If you know a law weirder than no forks with fried chicken, put it in the comments. I will absolutely make fun of it in a future video. And if this is your first time here, this is Loosely Historical, where the history's real and the delivery is loose. Subscribe if you want more of this. See you in the next one.